Since childhood, we all have seen so many beautiful weddings, the flowers, the decorations, the tiny details. And now at 50, turning something like that into a business can still feel out of reach, expensive, and complicated. Maybe you've even thought about starting something, but felt it's too late, too complicated, or too risky to try now. But what if you could start something simple, right from your dining table, using just a few basic materials? In today's video, I'll show you how. People are making steady income by creating small wedding flowers, called boutonnieres, a business you can start from home with less than $50. So what exactly is a wedding boutonniere? It's that small floral piece you see pinned on the groom's suit, usually on the lapel. But it's not just for the groom. Groomsmen wear it. Father of the groom and father of the bride wear it. Sometimes even close family members wear it. Now think about this for a second. If one wedding has 8 to 12 people wearing boutonnieres, how many does that mean for just one event? And here's why this makes such a smart business. Weddings happen all year round, not just in one season or in one place. They're constant. And every single wedding needs multiple boutonnieres, not just one. And that's where you come in. These boutonnieres are special as they are handmade, personal, and beautiful for a wedding day. And you don't need weeks or months to learn, just a little practice. But here's the best part. They sell at a really good margin. You might spend just a few dollars making one and sell for 3, 4, even 5 times that price. Because at the end of the day, you're not just selling flowers. You're selling a detail that shows up in photos, a detail people remember, a detail that becomes part of someone's wedding story. And people are always willing to pay for that. So how do you actually get started with a wedding boutonniere business? Let's walk through it together, step by step. Step 1. Choose your style. Now here's a simple question. Would you create something that lasts and can be made ahead of time? That's why. If you're just starting out, it's much smarter to go with artificial or dried flower boutonnieres. But what if you want something a little more unique? Something that really stands out. Here's a simple idea. Have you ever heard of stocking flowers? These are flowers made using soft nylon stockings stretched over wire frames. And here's the interesting part. You're not limited on designs anymore. You can create any design you want, like roses, lilies, orchids, even completely custom styles that don't exist in nature. Think about that for a second. Instead of copying designs, you can actually create your own. Isn't that a unique idea? Different colors, different shapes, different textures. And because they're handmade, lightweight, and long-lasting, they're perfect for wedding boutonnieres. Plus, they give you something most sellers don't offer, originality. So if you enjoy being a little creative, this could be your way to stand out in the wedding market. Now you might be thinking, this sounds complicated, but it's really not. Making boutonnieres are beginner-friendly. They don't wilt, and there's no rush or no pressure. You can make them at your own pace, sitting comfortably at home. And here's another big advantage. You can actually ship them. Think about that. Instead of selling only in your local area, you can reach customers across the country, even globally. That's the power of starting simple. So don't overcomplicate it. Pick a style, keep it clean, and keep it elegant. Because in weddings, simple always sells. Step 2. Get basic materials. Next, let's talk about what you actually need. And here's the good news, it's not much. You don't need a studio or expensive equipment. Just a few basic materials to get started. So what exactly do you need? Let's keep it simple. Artificial or dried flowers, or even colored stockings, floral tape, wire, stamens and leaves, pearl wires for added detail, a good pair of scissors to cut the wire, pins or clips, thread, glue or gum, and some ribbon or twine. That's it. Now think about this. How many businesses can you start with just a small shopping list like this? Exactly. And most of these items, you can easily find them online or at a local craft store. Nothing complicated or overwhelming. You're not trying to build something huge right away. You're just putting together small, beautiful pieces, one at a time. And honestly, once you have these basics in place, you're already halfway there. Step 3. Create simple designs. Now comes the fun part, creating your designs. This is where your creativity really starts to show. But here's a quick question. When you look at wedding photos, what actually stands out more? Something flashy and overdone, or something soft, elegant, and effortless? It's usually the simple details, right? That's exactly where you want to begin. Start with designs that feel natural and timeless, like a single rose with greenery, a slightly rustic dried flower mix, or a clean, modern minimalist style. And here's something a lot of beginners don't know. The groom's boutonniere is usually a little more detailed than the others. It might have an extra flower, or a slightly richer design compared to the groomsmen. It's a small detail, but it makes a big difference. Just a few styles that look beautiful and feel easy to make. Because once you get the hang of these, you'll start adding your own touch without even thinking about it. And that's when your designs stop looking made and start looking special. Step 4. Make few sample pieces. Now here's where things start to feel real. Make a few sample pieces. Not 50, not 100, just 5 to 10. That's it. But let me ask you something. If someone came across your business today, what would they actually see? Would they see one design or a small collection that makes them stop and look? That's the goal here. Create a handful of boutonnieres in different styles. Maybe one classic, one rustic, one modern. Think of it like your mini showcase. This is what creates that first impression. And that's what leads to your first order. And here's the best part. You don't need it to be perfect, just look real, neat, and thoughtfully made. Because once people can see what you can do, that's when they start to trust you. And here's a little pro tip. If someone you know has a wedding coming up, why not gift a boutonniere? It's thoughtful, it's personal, and it gives you a real chance to showcase your work. Sometimes your first order doesn't have to be a sale. Step 5. Start selling online. Today, marketing has changed a lot. It's no longer just about physical shops or malls. You might remember the days when we would personally go out, visit stores, and buy what we needed. But today, the world has moved online. This may feel new or unfamiliar, and that's completely okay. The important thing is to understand that the way people shop has changed, especially the younger generation. They prefer buying online, mainly because life has become busy and time is limited. Online shopping is quick, convenient, and always accessible. And that's exactly where your business needs to be. Because no matter how beautiful your designs are, they won't sell unless people can actually see them. That's why this step is so important. Start by putting your designs online. This is how people discover you. This is how your business begins to grow. You don't need to be a tech expert. Just take the first step. Once you're visible online, you're already ahead. So if you're familiar with social media, you can list your products on platforms like Etsy, Facebook Marketplace, Pinterest, and Instagram. These are places where people are already searching for wedding items. Now, if you're thinking, I'm not really good with social media, that's completely okay. Ask a friend, ask your kids, or ask anyone around you who uses these apps. You don't have to figure everything out on your own. Just get started. And don't be shy about it, because the more people who see your work, the more chances you have to get your first order. And here's something most people overlook. Reach out to local wedding planners, even photographers. They're already connected to couples who are planning weddings. One simple message, one introduction, can open the door to multiple orders. So don't just create. Let people see what you created. Now, let's talk about realistic income example. You're probably wondering, is this actually worth it? Let's break it down. To make one boutonniere, using artificial or dried materials, you're usually spending around $2 to $5. And what do people pay for these? online and through wedding vendors. Boutonnieres typically sell for $15 to $30 each, depending on the design and quality. But here's something very important to remember. The groom's boutonniere should always be priced slightly higher than the rest. You may wonder why, because it's usually more detailed and has a more premium finish. So don't bundle everything at the same price. Always separate the groom's piece from the groomsman. Now, picture a small wedding order. Let's say 9 groomsmen boutonnieres at $20 each equals $180. Groom's boutonniere at $25 equals $25. That gives you a total of $205. Your total cost would still be around $40 to $60. So what's left? Around $145 to $165 in profit from just one order. And here's something most people don't realize. Weddings don't come alone. One happy customer often leads to a referral, a friend's wedding, or even a planner reaching out. So it's not just one order. It's the start of many. And all of this from something you can make right at home. Now, maybe you're sitting there thinking, I'm over 50. Is it really worth starting something now? Let me say this clearly. Why not? You spent years learning, working, handling life, and now you're telling yourself it's too late to try something small? It's not. You don't need fancy technology. You don't need a big investment. And you definitely don't need years of experience to begin. What you already have is more valuable. Patience, attention to detail, and the ability to stay consistent. That's what builds something real. Every small business you see today started with a simple idea and one decision to begin. This could be yours. So don't sit on the sidelines anymore. Start small, start simple, but most importantly, just start. Because even now at this stage of life, you can still rise, conquer, and rule. And maybe, just maybe, it's time to show the world that you still have the strength and courage to build something of your own. Before you jump in, let's save you from a few common mistakes that can quietly hold you back. First mistake, starting with fresh flowers. They look beautiful, no doubt, but they come with pressure. You're working against time. They can wilt, get damaged, or lose freshness quickly. That means tight deadlines, last-minute stress, and unhappy customers if anything goes wrong. If you're just starting out, it's much easier to work with artificial or dried materials. You stay in control. Second mistake, trying to do too much too soon. It's easy to get excited and want to create detailed, Pinterest-style designs right away. But complex designs take time, practice, and precision. Starting simple helps you build confidence and actually finish what you start. Third mistake, underpricing your work. A lot of beginners do this thinking it will attract more customers, but low prices can do the opposite. People often associate price with quality, so if it's too cheap, they may not trust it. And there's something even more important to remember here. This is handmade work. It's not mass-produced. It's not coming out of a factory. Each piece you create is unique, almost like a limited edition. That alone adds value. So your price shouldn't just cover the materials. It should also reflect your time, your effort, and your creativity. Because if you don't value your work, it becomes very hard for others to value it too. And over time, underpricing doesn't just hurt your business. It drains your energy. Fourth mistake, not taking good photos. In an online world, your photo is your product. The photo is what decides if they stop or keep scrolling. If it's dark, cluttered, or unclear, most people won't even give it a second look. And it's not because your work isn't good. It's because they simply can't see it properly. But the fix is simple. Natural light from a window, a clean, simple background, like placed on a plain table, a piece of fabric, and a steady shot can make a huge difference. Because when your photos look good, your work finally gets the attention it deserves. Fifth mistake, waiting too long to start selling. This is where most people get stuck. They keep improving, adjusting, waiting for the perfect moment. But that moment rarely comes. They tell themselves, just one more change, just one more try, and before they know it, weeks or even months have passed. The real progress happens when you put your work out there. So keep it simple, learn as you go, and don't let these small mistakes stop you from starting. So here's the bottom line. This isn't complicated. It's not risky. And it doesn't require you to change your whole life. It's a small idea that can turn into something real. If you actually act on it, you've seen weddings your entire life. You already understand what looks good, what feels right. So at 50, why stay on the outside? Why not create something that becomes part of someone's big day? Start with one design. Put it out there. See what happens. That's it. No overthinking. No waiting. Because most people don't fail. They just never start. And you're not most people. This is your chance to do something for yourself. At your pace, on your terms. So take it. And remember, you can still rise, conquer, and rule. If this video gave you some clarity and confidence, don't forget to like the video and follow for more simple, practical business ideas you can start from home. And before you scroll away, tell me in the comments section, is this something you'd try from home?